The price to earnings is 30. The pop is 30. And that's about right. And by the way, the current Dow Jones Industrial Average is overpriced by about 2/3. Okay? Now, if you have this 30-to-1 ratio, if I add another $1 million, my pen went dry. If I add another $1 million and make that 2, what happens to this number? Becomes 60. All right? Now, the lady in red down here, who's looking away from me. Ma'am, what's your name? Karen. Karen owns an orange juice company. Makes the best orange juice in the world. And I owe all of what I'm teaching you now to Catherine Austin Fitz. And she has a wonderful website at solari.com, and we'll put those up before I leave. You make incredible orange juice. Okay, the best orange juice in the world. It's fairly priced. Karen's orange juice, right? Okay. You have $1 million net profit a year. Now, let's say this young lady down here in the glasses with the light green sweater. What's your name? That's you. What's your name? Chris. Chris is the chief executive officer of PepsiCo, which owns a small orange juice company called Tropicana. Okay? You see her company with $1 million in net profit. How much, and your price to earnings is 30-to-1. How much are you willing to pay for that? How much are you willing to pay for her company? Would you pay $29 million?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the minute you bought her company for $29 million, your stock value goes up $30 million. How do Wall Street executives get paid? In stock. And you watch very closely the Bush administration's plan for economic recovery. It's all handouts to the corporation, which will go directly to boost their pop, which will put hundreds of millions of dollars in the pockets of executives. Has anybody noticed the Bush administration has not offered one single aid plan for any unemployed airline worker? All right, let's get down and dirty here. Oh, one more thing. Remember that guy John Deutsch that I had fun with? Okay. Well, right now he's on the board of directors of Citibank, along with the former executive director of the CIA, who is not on the board, but she's very highly placed executive, Nora Slatkin. John Deutsch, of course, is as crooked as the rest of them. Also on the board of Citibank is a guy named Robert Rubin, former U.S. Secretary of the Treasury. Yes, thank you. He deserves all the hisses he can get. Well, in May of this year, Citibank announced a $12 billion cash purchase of a Mexican bank called Banamex. Second largest bank in Mexico, also a documented, and I mean documented, drug money laundering bank that was exposed in a Mexican newspaper. Roberto Hernandez, this is him, gets a seat on Citibank's board of directors, and yet this is what's going on his property. He owns thousands of acres near Cancun in Mexico. The locals call it the Cocaine Peninsula. There's hundreds of photographs. He lost 2 lawsuits in Mexico, and then my friend Al Giordano, who publishes a great website called www.narconews.com, wrote a great story about the Mexican paper stories, and Hernandez sued Giordano in New York, and he's going to lose that lawsuit, by the way. Al Giordano's a brave journalist. But the point I'm making with this is that the criminality had gotten so out of hand by May of this year that Citibank would openly buy a known drug money laundering bank and put the drug money launderer on its board of directors. That's the need for drug cash in the U.S. economy right now. By the way, Citibank's record of involvement in drug money laundering is extremely well documented in the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times. It laundered some, I think, $300 or $400 million for Raul Salinas de Gortari, the brother of the former Mexican president. Now let's go to some other things that are going on in the economy so that we set you up to understand what's going on.